Hey guys, welcome back. It's Aditya here. So today we're building something really cool, a human in the loop email system. What does that mean? Basically, I'm not just automating everything blindly. This system actually asks me before sending an email, gives me a chance to review it, and if I want to change something, I can. Only after I approve, it will send the final email to the client. It's like having control without doing the manual work. And the best part, it's fully no code. Just connect two, three modules with AI. I'll show you exactly how to do this, how you can build this system step by step so you can use it in your own projects too. Let's get on with the explanation. So, what you're seeing right now is what the automation looks like. I said a couple of modules, but I promise this is going to be easy. So, the first thing that you see is a Google Sheet. So, what are we going to do is we're going to have it look through the Google Sheet. We're going to have two Google Sheets to be very clear. One Google Sheet is where people fill out a form, all that data is entered into the Google Sheet. The second with all my automations. I'll have the name and I'll have the description of the automation. Then what we'll do is we'll check if the person that has filled out the form, the problem that he or she is facing, if I have an automation for that using an AI. And then we will generate a message, an email, technically, the subject line and the heading. Then we'll automatically go and update the Google Sheet. Then I'll go and check the Google Sheet. Let's say I didn't like it. In the feedback column, I'm going to write make it simpler or make it shorter, something like that. We'll have the AI look for that feedback, and based on my feedback, it will again change and create a new email, and then it will again update the Google Sheet. Finally, if I think that this is a very cool email, I will approve the email, will approve it, and then it will send my email. That is how the automation is going to look like. Let's get right into it. And one last thing I need to mention, if you want this system, you'll find the blueprint down in the description. Just go to the description on in into my Gumroad. You'll find this. You can download it. All you need to do is just click on these three dots, click on import, and you're done. It's that simple. Okay. So as always, first you'll head over to make.com, create a new scenario. Now let's directly start with the Google Sheet. Now, at this point, you might know that how to create your own form. You can use Typeform, you can use Tally, Google Forms, Jot Forms, anything that you want, everything. You know all of these things by now. Okay, you guys are the pro. So first, what we'll do is we'll click on search rows, and if I'm not wrong, I already have the yes, I already have the Google Sheet. You see, I have two Google Sheets. First is the projects where I have the name and I have a notes section that is a description of my project. Then in the leads section, I have the name, the email, the company name, the budget, project description, the subject line, the body, feedback, and is it approved or not. Okay. So for now, let's just remove this data. Okay. And I'll have this only this data right here. I'm going to use this as well. So for now, what I'm going to do is first I'll just write human in the loop. That is my spreadsheet ID. I'll have the leads. Now, after this, we'll have a router. Now we have three different paths as we already saw. So the first path is when we have the client's data. So what we'll do is let's just add some data right here. Just add my name, Aditya A2250 at gmail.com. Company name, let's do Twilight. Oops, capital T. Budget will be, let's do $1,000. Project description. I want an automation that can take all my data from a form and enter them into my Google Sheet. So I'm deliberately putting the same thing because I know the CRM system already exists. I've already built it, I know. So even if you have multiple systems, let's say you have an onboarding system, you have an autoresponder system, a lead qualification system, it doesn't matter. You can put all those systems here. So now what I will do is after we search the row, we add a router. Now we do add want to add a filter here, but we'll add that later. First, we're going to search rows again. Now we're going to do human in the loop again, but this time, oops, not this. Human in the loop again, but now we're going to select the projects sheet because now we want to compare both the sheets using AI. So now we'll use Grok. Again, you guys can use, sorry, you guys can use Eden, OpenAI. OpenAI is best, okay? It's the best. Model will be, let's go with DeepSeek. This will be a system prompt. We'll say, you are a helpful and intelligent assistant. Your task is to compare the both the Google Sheets. Here's the context. The person has filled out a form and the project description is the automation that they are looking for. Let me just highlight this. Project description. The notes is the description of the projects that have. Okay, that's too much light. Let me just put on this curtain. The notes is a description of the projects that I've built. You will compare both of them and see if I do have an automation for them or not. If I do have, you will only give me the name of the automation as the output. But if not, just return the output as blank. Okay, now Let me just add this. Always follow this structure. And add a JSON. The output should always be in JSON. Don't add JSON at the beginning of the output. Okay, now we'll write project. We'll write this in camel case. So project description, comma, notes. Okay, now what we'll do is we're going to copy that, the user, and paste that in, and in here I'll just put this as a project description, notes, go to projects, here's the note, paste that in here, and I want the assistant to only return CRM system. I named it CRM system, right? Yeah, CRM system. Okay, that is how I want it to run. Okay, now we'll hit save. Then after we've done that, now we've compared, it will output that in JSON. Now we want to pass that JSON. Pass the JSON. Take this output right here. Click save. So after this, we're gonna add another. Technically, we don't need a router, but you can use a router here. So we're gonna have two steps if the result exists and if the result doesn't exist. So what we said in the prompt is if there is a match, we want it to output the name of the automation. But if there is no match, we want it to be empty. So we'll set up a filter right here. But before setting that up, so we'll have an AI create an email. So again, we're gonna use DeepSeek. But before that, there is one more thing that I forgot to do. Let's do system save. Before parsing this, we need to split set set multiple variables. We have to split because DeepSeek has this thing where it gives the whole part that it was thinking between two angle brackets. So we don't want that. So what I'll do is I'll split, use a split function, add the result from here, and I want to split that based on this thing. I'll save that, put this right here. There we go. Now we can work right here. So the system prompt will be you are an you are a helpful and intelligent email writer. You will be. Here's the context. The person, you know what, let me just copy paste that from here. The person filled out the project description is the automation that they're looking for. And copy that, go right here. The person the person filled out a form and the project description is the automation that they are looking for. The notes, the description of the out mm, notes is the description of the project that I've built. Your job is to write an email for them based on the what their project description was and say that we have an automation for them. You will be provided with the name of the automation. Do we do this in JSON as well? Let's see. The output, let me copy that as well. Save. The output should always be in this JSON. Always follow the structure. We'll do subject line and body. User prompt. So the user, as the user, I will provide them with the project description. I would provide them with the notes, and I need to provide them with the result. I think I'm missing something. Okay, the result from this JSON would be the result. Yeah, okay. So the user will provide the project description. Then we have the notes, and then we finally have the, what did I name it again? Project name. Project name. Okay. So the project description was, let's write here. Just copy this and copy this as well. The project description will be notes and the project name will be CRM system. I want it to do the same. project name. Okay, now where is the project description? We'll get that from this first one. So for that we need to run this module. And one more thing I forgot is we need to add it. I'll just copy this. See, user, paste that in. Project description will be project description. The notes will be here. Okay, we don't need to run it. We already have that. Project description is right here. The notes is right here, and the name is right here. And save that. And once we've created, we're using DeepSeek. So what I'll do is I'm gonna copy both of these, paste them right here because we're gonna do the same thing again. We're going to split the result, but instead of the fourth one, we're going to split the result for the seventh one. Hit save, parse JSON, remove this. Okay, that is going to be an array, so we'll do split, we'll add a square bracket, we'll add 2, close the square bracket. I hope that, oh no, that won't work. This is 9, so split 9 dot split 2, close the bracket. Yeah, now it will work. I need to do the same here. 8, that is going to be 8 8 dot split square bracket 2 square bracket close curly bracket. There we go. So this is going to be, now the condition is if the result exists, that is what the condition is going to be. But for now, since we had to make a small change, you see, before, when we ran it first, for in always follow the structure, we added the project description and we added the notes, which is not something that we wanted. Actually, we wanted the system, we wanted it to only output the name, so I changed it to system and then I ran it again. Now let's see what is the result. Perfect, the result is only the CRM system. That is what we want. It went here, it split into an array, the system is right here, we parsed that array, we got the CRM system. Perfect. Then we have to make the subject line, we have a CRM automation you need. Hi name, thank you for reaching out and sharing your project description. Sharing your project description, sharing your problem would have been much better. We understand you're looking for an automation that you can take data from one form and enter it into the Google Sheet. We have an automation called a CRM automation that does exactly what you're looking for. It takes in all the data from your form, automatically enters into the CRM, whether it's Google Sheet, Notions, or Asana. We love to help you streamline your workflow, save time. Okay, that is pretty cool. I mean, the starting was not the best, but and here is the whole past subject line and the body, which is good. Okay, and now if you want to add the name, all you need to do is just under the system prompt, you can also just say, I'll just write it right here. Always add the name of the person to whom you are writing the email. Here's the name, and we'll just give him the name, which is Aditya. Always end the email with my name, James. Okay, that is all set. Now, what we want to do here is we want to add a condition, and that condition is if the result exists. So, for example, if this exists, only then you will run. But if it doesn't exist, you're going to go here. Okay. So, if it doesn't exist, you want to add something else, you can do that. Now we have that. What we'll do is we'll update the Google Sheet. So I'll just find human in the loop. The sheet will be leads. Number, I'll find it right here. And then we want to update the subject line, which is right here, the body, which is right here, and we hit save. That's it. The first part done. Now we head on to the second part where we are looking for feedback. So what we're going to do is, again, we're going to search the Google Sheet and we're going to look for feedbacks. So we'll search the row. Spreadsheet will be human in the loop. Sheet name would be leads, because that is where our feedback is. You see, inside of leads, I have the subject line, the body, and I have a column for feedback. So we're going to search that. We're going to add some filters here as well. Let's do that while we're at it. So what filter I'm going to add right here? If the subject line doesn't exist and if the body doesn't exist, then here we have both of them. Subject line exists and the body exists. Okay, then we'll go through the Google Sheet. We can also add one more thing, and feedback exists. Now we'll have another AI, Grok, come in. We'll again do DeepSeek. Message role will be a system role. You will be, you are a helpful and intelligent email writer. Here's the context. You will be given a feedback based on the email that you've written. Go through the feedback, or we can just read the feedback, and accordingly make the changes to the email. You will be provided with all the data. Feedback, subject line, body. And then we'll also write the same thing. Output should be in JSON and all that stuff. But the output should all be in JSON. I guess we already have that saved. Let me just check. Yeah, the output. Don't add this. And always follow the structure. We'll do subject line, body. Okay. Now again, we'll copy both of these modules, paste them right here, change this to this result, parse, that is okay. And after that, we're gonna again update the Google Sheet. Human in the loop. The sheet name will be leads. Row number is right here. Subject line. Wait. Okay, so after parsing, yeah, 15. That will be number 15. So we'll just add 15 dot subject line and 15 dot body. Okay, and finally we have a third route where approved equals to yes. I want you to again go to Google Sheet. Now we're going to search the rows again because we want to extract the new subject line and the email. Email in the loop, leads, save. Then all we need to do is just send the email. Oops, selected move an email. Send an email. We'll just do this yes. Okay, I need to reauthorize my connection. Let me just quickly do that as well. Didn't work was because I reauthorized the wrong connection. Totally my fault. Yeah, there we go. So I have that set up. Let me just okay. So now we have the whole system ready. Now let's run this one more time and let's see how this goes. So for now, I have my name, my email, the company name, the budget, the project description. I don't have the subject line, body, feedback, or approved. And in here, I have the project name and I have the notes. So now let's run this one and see. So now it's making my email, updating my Google Sheet. So if I just go here, And let's say automate your form data entry with our CRM system. So if I just read this, hi Aditya, I hope this email finds you well. I saw your project description, that was good. And I wanted to let you know that we have an automation solution that perfectly fits your needs. Our CRM system is designed to take all your data from your form and automatically enter it into your Google Sheets, Notion, or Asana. This automation will save you time and efforts, eliminating manual data entry. If you'd like to learn more about how it works and would like to discuss further, feel free to reply to this email. Looking forward to hearing from you. Best regards, James. That is a pretty good email. Okay. But for now, let's say the email was not as great. Okay. So what I'll do is just make it shorter. Okay. Now if I run this, wait, yeah, make it shorter. So now if I run this, it took my feedback, it went to Grok and it updated. Now let's see. It made it very short now. I saw your project. I saw your project and offer our CRM system to automate for form data entry to Google Sheets, Notions, or Asana. This saves time by eliminating manual duty entry. Let me know if you'd like to discuss. Best regards, James. It actually did make it shorter, which is pretty good, but it's very short. The first email was pretty good. So approved. Let's say yes, I approve this. But one second, let me just make this case insensitive, or that won't work. So equal to case insensitive. Yes. And now if I run this again, it will. Okay, it ran both now. Okay, so I need to figure out a way. Okay, now it changed it again. Now let's see what it gave me. I noticed your projects and suggest automating it. That's pretty good. Okay, it sent me an email, which is good, but I need to find a way to stop this from happening. Okay, I don't want it to go here again. So, so we have the subject line. Yes, we have the subject line. We have the body. We have the feedback. And let's say, and if the approved does not exist. Okay, so if all of these conditions are met, so there should be the subject line, there should be the body, there should be the feedback, and the approved should be empty. So if all of those conditions are met, only then it will go down that route. But here in this case, if the just text says yes, it will send an email. So let me just check my email. There we go. Hi Aditya, I noticed your project and suggest automating form entry with RCRM system to Google Sheets, Notions, and Asana. This eliminates manual data entry, saving you time. Best regards, James, which is perfect. So, guys, with this, we've finally created our own human in the loop email system. This automation will save you hours. Okay, you don't have to write. Okay, before this Google Sheet, you can also add your type form. Okay, so from the point of entry, from the point where people fill out the form to all the way to sending those emails, everything is just, you know 90% automated. You're only doing the 10% that is the reviewing work. Once again, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.